So I'm on my way now to go and collect 10 beehives from a local who's doing it 18 years and contracting, and now he is no longer going to be doing it anymore. His wife unfortunately got stung and found out she's allergic, and so they need them gone. So I'm on my way with Dave, the local beekeeper, to go and pick up a load of beautiful bees that are rammed full of honey. Apparently there's about 300 to 400 pounds in weight of honey, which is delicious. I tried some and it is amazing. And yeah, the best bit is because he's been doing beekeeping for 18 years, he's got loads of tools, everything that you could possibly want. Did a deal, take them off your hands, job lot. So 18 years worth of beekeeping bits all coming my way. Can't believe it. So I'll show you through the day so we can see what we've got in store. Where they currently live. Wild meadow flowers, beautiful, eh? Taken two already. One of them's already opened up. Bit of activity at the bottom of that one. Bees in the back of the truck.
It's good for Facebook, isn't it? Actually, it's a good response.
We're off on our way to a fancy dress party. So here we are, dropping off the bees. Brought a few in now. A couple of little accidents. So the floor on this one just crumbled and slid. See the bees all swarming around, and the lid as well crumbled a bit on the move, but you can see that's slidden off on the floor. See the lid's crumbled, but the other ones, they are happy in their new home. Look at these. There we go. These guys over here as well. So welcome to their new home. A few more to go and collect. So do a proper little catch up in a bit. Heavy work, heavy work. We put the biggest one over in the sunlight just to give them extra bit of helping hand. So there we go, final lot all cleared. Bees in the back, stands in the back. Lots of goodies in the back of the truck too. Hi, so this evening, dusk now, and it was a bit of an eventful morning. So obviously some bits happened, and we turned into our property and hit the curb a bit, and one of the hives slid off the top basically, and loads of bees came out. So we thought everything was okay, and then we carried on up, and then where we had to stop the truck to start to transfer to go to the apiary where the bees live, there was loads of bees that were obviously still on the trailer and hanging around where we'd stopped. So I put a little nuke together here, so you can see, which in a second, and also down at the entrance where obviously the hive had split. Didn't realise there was any problems. Going out for a couple of cocktails actually. We went out for a couple of cocktails, and dropped the kids off at mother-in-law's down the road, and all the bees were all gathered around down there, and one of them actually stung me on the back of the leg because they were pretty angry. There were loads of them down there, so I had to go and get some Nuke boxes, which are small beehives, and I have put those down there with some old honeycomb to try to attract them in, so that they've all got somewhere to be, and I'm just going to go and take them all down to their new home now at the apiary, go and get them all back to be reunited with their mates. So I'll do a couple of shots, and I'll see you again down at the apiary in a minute. So here you can see this is my makeshift, it's called a Nuke, small beehive for them all to come back into. You can see there that I chose to use one of the original stands that came on their hive, so that obviously it smells like them, and then hopefully that would lure them in. So it seems to have worked. It's all settled down here now, with it being the evening. So I'll put a sponge now in the hole at the front there. Just some sponges to block them in, and then I'll take them up to the apiary in the good old tracker. So you go see sponge in the front there now, so all closed off. So I'll take these guys up in a moment, but I'm going to go and get the other ones first. Save transporting them. Okay, so as you can see, getting pretty dark now. This is the apiary, so here, these are all the new guys and girls. They're all here. So what I've done is this one here, this one here. Those are the nukes that I've just picked up. So I'm going to just leave them tonight. I'm not going to shake them out or anything. We've had a pretty eventful day. So I'm just going to take the sponges out, and then tomorrow they can get their way back to their own hives and do their own thing. So these were pretty feisty because I think they were pretty annoyed and were possibly from different hives. So I'm going to just take the sponges off and I'm going to go. But I'm going to let you watch just in case. Okay, number one alright. These are the feistiest ones though, so you see. Yeah, we're okay because it's late. Pretty chilled. There you go, coming out now though. Yeah, there you go. See, they're emerging. Welcome to your new home, guys. Right. Debrief tomorrow. What a beautiful home they've got though. Check it out. They're going to make some nice honey, right? See you later. Okay, so you can see the bees here, very active. It's very hot today, 30 degrees. Killer heat, gosh. Media going on about killer heat all the time. What are they on about? Just the summer, innit? It was 40 degrees a few years ago. Weren't complaining then, were we? Anyway, as you can see, the bees, a lot of activity. It's like the M25 up there. So you'll see that bees will spiral around when they're doing their first trial flight to recalibrate themselves, because they've moved over 3 miles away. So they will be having to work out where they live now. So they go and spiral up into the sky and recalibrate themselves, and they can tell where they are within the 3 mile radius because of the sun, where the sun is. So very hectic. So you can see why I'm not bothering going in today. I think they just needed a bit of time to reacclimatise, but very strong colonies. You can see some of these bees, very, very active. Hopefully topping up with lots of honey, hey? Right, so I'm going to go to my apiary now, and we'll leave these guys continue to settle into their new home. But it's great to see them flying out and coming back, because I got these from around about, it's like 5.5 miles over the roads. So I wasn't too sure whether I'm definitely 3 miles away as the bee flies, but there we go. Obviously everything's working well. And yeah, very chaotic in the sky. I've not experienced obviously having this many bees, so it's cool to see them all floating around. But I'm glad that I put them far away from the house. I'm blessed that we have a lot of land to be able to play with. Hey, there we go. One thing I have noticed is that the Nuke boxes that I put in there's no activity at all. So those bees that were in that Nuke box, they've obviously left because there's no brood in there, there's no eggs, there's no honey, there's no stores. So that's probably why there are signs of them floating around where they were. So I'm just contemplating moving these now so that they don't have anything to come back to. So they've got to go into one of the other hives, and then that will save us prolonging the issue. So I'm going to do that now. Yeah, so as I thought, no activity. So they've obviously left the Nuke box. This was what I'd done, you see, yesterday. So I got some old drawn out comb, which the chap gave me as part of his 18 years of bump. So obviously they can smell this, so it kind of attracted them in down by the gate and where they were, so it gave them somewhere last night to go, a little bit of a home. But obviously there's no eggs in there, there's no queen in there, so they've obviously, as they were all bees at the stage of foraging, because obviously that's why they were out of the nest, they all flew out this morning, and hopefully they'll just find their way back into the right nest with the queen that they arrived with. Beautiful. Gonna go get the other one, and the second one empty as well, so perfect. They've resettled in. Only thing is that obviously I've got to go back and get the other Nuke that I'd left on site. So I've taken all of the bees away. We'd left a Nuke like this where I got them from, so that any stragglers, I can bring them back today, and then well, tonight, once it gets to dusk again, I'll go back and sponge those up and I'll bring them back here, and then tomorrow we can release those and then they can get themselves back as well. Really, really good that I've been walking in and amongst all of those bees there, and not one of them has come towards me at all. They're all just busy doing what they're doing, so fingers crossed they're settled in. Happy days. And I got myself 10 new hives. Right, gonna go see mine now. So lighting a smoker, I leave a box down here, a tin, which has got some goodies in, saved me having to, by the time obviously you've seen, by the time I get down here, sometimes the smoker could be half run out, so I just have it here. Got some packaging that came in parcels, cardboard down there, a little bit of wood shavings, some toilet roll, and then some sawdust. So little blowtorch, get that going. The reason why I got a blowtorch is when I bought the house, the chap he had left me with a shed full of all sorts of stuff, and that was in there, so it's a bit easier to operate that pushing the button than it is trying to get a cigarette lighter flicked when I've got my big rubber gloves on. Right. Sorry, just putting some sawdust in there now. So obviously when you're doing the smoker, it's making sure you don't get any flames coming out that you're going to burn the bees. But basically it's just to stop, if they sting me or something, or try to sting me, they obviously leave a pheromone behind, and this just stops them from spreading that around. You see the beautiful black bees, look how beautiful and black they are. They're native local ones from the Welsh border. Right, I'm going to get in now. So as I say, I split these in half 3 weeks ago, and look, there's only 5 frames in there. Look, they're on every single frame. See all the honey in there? Well, these are great. These bees are just so calm. Obviously gathering around the front now, they know that I'm here, but so calm and beautiful. So I'm just going to go in and check them out and stop messing about. But I'm going to get super on these today, I think. Give them some room upstairs, like the other ones have got another floor on them. You can see another floor there, another floor there. That's where I want them to store the honey. But I'll see how we go. I'm going to show you how amazing these bees are doing. So look, you can see the capped honey on the outside, nectar there. So they're obviously collecting really, really well. This was a new frame as well, which they're on, and they've already got some eggs laying in there. So they're doing amazingly well. See what this big chunky one looks like. But I just wanted to show you that now. So I'm back again now in the evening, coming to pick up the nuke that I left behind for any of the bees that were out and about at the time of collection. So coming to come and pick them up, take them home to their family. So wait and see what we're going to be faced with. They're either going to remember me and think, here he is, let's have him, or hopefully they're going to be chilling out because it's dusk. Let's have a look, see what happens. You're live. What you see is what I see. I've got my smoker in that, but hoping it's going to be easy. Sponge. Hive tool. There are still quite a few. Oh, I'm not very happy. Go through the tree sometimes, it can get them off, but yeah, they're not very happy. They spilled out a little bit as well, but they're in the back of the car. I have to drive with my bee suit on because, yeah, using a Range Rover properly, hey? Right, going to pick up my final tools and see if these guys can leave me alone before I get in the car. But that is a successful part so far. Let's take them back to the apiary at home. But one last look at this beautiful flower meadow. Amazing, right? I think big respect to these guys for keeping their fields like this as wildflower meadows. When do you see this? These guys are not very happy with me at all. Right, I'm signing out for a second. Okay, there we go. So back in situ in my original apiary. What I've done is I had a swarm cell growing in here. So I've taken the queen cells and another set of brood and stores from one of the other hives, and then I'm mixing these bees, so that's 3 different types of bees, so they shouldn't fight, and then hopefully these guys will start their own new nuke, rearing the new queen cell, if you know what I mean. So let's see if it works. So there we go, here they are back in their home. There was some bees flying around in the Range Rover, which was fun. Now they are buzzing a lot, so as these are all well, I suppose they're obviously the hunter-gatherers, right? So they've got no reason to want to stay in that box. There's nothing in there, there's just empty comb, there's no brood, there's no queen, there's nothing. So I have a feeling that as soon as I take that sponge out, that they're going to be on me. So yeah, we'll wait and see. I'm not going to film this one because, well, I'm just going to leg it, and I want a pint of cider. See you later. Okay, it wasn't that bad. Maybe because they haven't seen me yet, but you see they're all gathering now on the outside of the box, wondering what's going on, wondering where they are. But all in all, I think that's pretty successful. I'm going to go because of the light. Okay, so here we are. I've come back a few days later, well, on the Tuesday, from picking up the Nuke on the Sunday night. And as you can see, I placed the bees that were left behind, which are in this box on the right with a sponge in it. I opened up a small little bit on the corner. It looks like it's a big hole, but it's actually looped in there, right next door to the one where I'd taken a frame out of this one and that one and that one. Put 3 in here, so there was queenless, but these ones were trying to, they created a queen cell or 2. So I thought, well, I'll give these guys 3 frames and then they can draw out the queen cells, which is from a beautiful colony there, and then they can just create a nuke, create a new family. So it's worked. You can see them all now gathering, coming in and out of the one next door. So these ones that are flying, obviously the ones that are inside the hive on the frames were too young to be out and about hunting and gathering, so these are the ones that I rescued from the field that day, which will be a combination of the bees from all of the hives that were left behind. So ended up creating an extra hive. So I'll just go up now and have a look at how the other ones are settling in, but it's just starting to rain a bit, so I thought I'd come down and have a little look, see how they're going on this 40 degrees day, where they're trying to make everyone freak out and feel like it's super hot, when actually it's not that bad. A normal summer day, guys. Nothing to see here. Keep on moving. Let's go and have a look at the other side. Bit of activity around up here as well. I'm going to get too close today because I don't have a bee suit on. So all nice and settled, pretty active in this big one at the back here. So great, so I rescued 10 hives and created a nuke, which is great, out of the bees that were left over. So got 11. So there we go. What's up next is we will go and have a look inside them, but it's too hot today. We're just going to carry on leaving them as they are, and but we will get inside them shortly, the next couple of days, and do an inspection to see what stage everything is at. So just come down now on the Wednesday night, so we're 4 days later, and as you can see, all still and calm. Everything looking good, right? Tucked up for night. So so far everything's going well. The weather was that ridiculously hot day yesterday of 40 degrees or whatever it is that they were saying, and today magically it's winter again. And yeah, I suppose the temperature is going to obviously have an impact on the bees, but I didn't want to inspect them while it was too hot, so maybe either crack these open tomorrow and have a look, or alternatively it'll be on Saturday and we can have a look and see what's going on. So I don't have my bee suit on, but I'll be brave. I'll have a walk through and we'll see what's going on. There's been a little bit of rain today. Yeah, you can see there's a bit of activity down there by the sponge. Yeah, same down there. They're just quite docile this time of night. This is the biggie. Oh yeah, like the bearding on the front still. A lot of bees in there. Can't wait to get in there. I feel like I'm going to need to really sort that one out. These were the ones, if I had an angry one jumping up and getting me, it was that one. I'll hang around him. Then they're bearded on the front as well, look. A lot of bees in there. Exciting. And This is my nuke that I created. So they're doing well. It's a nice freebie. Wow. Oh wow, this one's doing really well. Very impressed. There were a lot growing, a lot of eggs and brood in that one. That one's a bit quieter. I took a frame out of that one to go into my new box. These are the ones that are a bit snappy as well. So you can see they're chilled out, but there's nothing left in the box on the right, which I had got them all in from the field that day. They've all moved over into the new hive with the drawn out queen cells. So because I've got that one for free, I'm only 6 weeks in, as I say, or 6.5 technically. The Nuke box there, I've actually listed for sale to see, I want to see what the market's like for nukes really. Obviously I've been and bought what I've bought. I've got so many now, but just wanted to test to see what the market was like. I know that I'm not going to need to get any honey off my original ones now, because I've obviously bought the 10 hives that come with honey. So this hive here had a really great temperament, and as I say, originally that one was the one that created some swarm cells, some queen cells. It looked like it was going to swarm, so we had to go in and intervene, which meant I wasn't going to get any honey from that one this year. But I got another colony potentially, so they're obviously in that brood box now. Brood box in the nuke. So I split that one in half, but this one's already on 9 frames and it was going strong. And then they started to create some new swarm cells again, only literally just starting them, but there were definitely eggs in them, and they were drawing them out to be queen cells. So as I say, I took one out of there and put it into this nuke here, because I knew that I was going to have a load of adult bees, worker bees, spare, that were going to be kind of mongrels really, a mixture of bees from all of the other hives. So I'm hoping that I can create a successful nuke out of these guys here, with the queen from this box. So I'm kind of left in the position where this nuke here is kind of free really, because I've just created another one here. So just thought, give it a go, list it up for sale, see what interest there is, see if I can recoup some of the money from the 10 hives that I bought and the equipment. If I can do that 4 times, I'll have paid off the money for the 10 hives and all of the tools. So let's wait and see what happens, but we'll crack open these hives soon. Just wanted to give you an update. So as the bees are now tucked up at night, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a look of where they go foraging. Over there is the beautiful countryside, as you can see, and in the distance, the hills over to the right here are actually the Welsh hills. We're on the border, so our bees are foraging a mixture of Wales and England. But obviously back in the day, this land was rightfully part of Wales. So whatever has happened in the past is the past, but you know, it's still a bit of Wales, even though it's technically England. So the honey is, who cares? The bee doesn't care, does it, really? It's all about foraging in this beautiful countryside, and it brings home the pollen and the nectar from here. So when we're eating the spoonful of honey, we're eating a little bit of home. Look how beautiful it is. What a great place for them to live.